Alright, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We're back again with another YouTube video, and I'm finally getting around to talking about the cancer situation with Boogie2988. Now, I do want to make this very clear right now because a lot of people have already made up their minds on this situation. There has been no definitive clear answer if Boogie's faking his cancer or not, even though the evidence heavily implies that he has, and especially his reaction to being confronted by destiny really doesn't help him at all. But I just want to make that clear now before we get into the video, because I've seen a lot of people already say that Boogie's faking his cancer or he's a massive liar when we haven't really seen the medical records. But we are going to get into that towards the end of the video because it is an absolutely crazy situation. But before we actually get into all of the current stuff, let's talk about Fatty Coin. Let's talk about this crypto coin that Boogie was trying to push on his fans. So I want to say about 2 weeks ago, it came out that Boogie2988 was paid to advertise this cryptocurrency called Fatty Coin. Now, obviously, it's a meme coin, and the way Boogie tried to promote it was to go on his platform and pretend to be like a fat version of Andrew Tate.
Fatty is a community for like-minded individuals that are broken free from the matrix. True happiness comes from a goldfish, from the same woman a couple of nights a month, and the occasional meme coin. Fatty for life.
The way he was talking, he was smoking on like a Slim Jim or whatever, and he's pretty much saying that, hey, if you want to be broke like me, invest in this crypto coin. And I honestly see kind of the humor of it because, he went broke trying to go into crypto. I talk about that in my previous Boogie video, is he's really bad with his money, and he decided to put it all in a very sketchy crypto coin, and it ended up losing pretty much all of his money because this guy does not know how to manage his money, and he pretty much lost it all. So I thought it was kind of funny that he was going to be promoting a crypto coin until I realized he's actually promoting a crypto coin to his fan base, and he was paid to promote it as well. Even though he defends himself against CoffeeZilla by explaining, oh, I didn't think anyone was going to buy it. It was a joke. It was a meme. And I do agree. If you did buy into this crypto coin, you're a fucking idiot. I think you're stupid. I think, you're dumb as hell, but it doesn't change the fact that he still scammed his fans. No matter the way you look at it, he still profited off of his fans losing money, which no matter how you swing it or make it look, that's bad. Now, as you guys can imagine, he got a lot of backlash from not only just his fan base, but also YouTube in large. I think we can all come together and agree scamming your own fans is really messed up. These are the people who have stuck with Boogie his whole entire downfall just for them to be screwed over by him trying to promote a crypto scam on them, which by the way did turn out to be a crypto scam. They end up pulling the rug, as you guys could imagine, and Boogie got paid pretty handsomely. I think it was like $10,000, but you guys might be wondering, why would a man do this? Why would he stoop to so low? Well, according to Boogie in a CoffeeZilla interview, the reason why he did this is because he's severely in debt with medical bills, because 2 years ago he got diagnosed with a form of blood cancer called polycythemia vera. So that's why he did it, because he needs to pay off some medical bills. So he is morally justified in screwing over his fans. Now, when CoffeeZilla confronted him about this and asked for him to show proof that he has been using this money for medical bills, he sent him 2 receipts and then proceeded to call him a liar.
This payment occurred on June 19th, and when Boogie said all the money was gone on June 26th, that gives us a window of time where he should have receipts for about $5,000 of medical expenses. Boogie, when I asked, agreed to share these expenses with me, and the following conclusions are based on him providing accurate records, which I know is a dubious idea, but when he shared what he had, it fell far short of even what I was expecting. He gave me 2 receipts for the time period, one for $154, the other for a copay of $60, a total of $214 by the time we talked. So where did the rest of the money go? Well, Boogie claimed that it was really intended for medical expenses after we spoke, and that when he said the money was gone, he meant it colloquially and then accused me of lying.
Which just doesn't add up. He completely went super defensive on this and still cannot really show any sort of proof that he is using this for medical treatment. He says that it is actually the hospital that's holding his money, but then he also said that he still had the money, and then he goes on to say he doesn't have the money. The timeline doesn't make sense with Boogie. I think personally he spent it on a bunch of Funko Pops and junk food. right? That's literally what Boogie does. Now, to go back 2 years ago when he got diagnosed with this cancer, there was a couple people who called him out at the time, one of them being Jackson Clark, which he brings up multiple times, and there were some other people asking for evidence. Right now, the majority of us didn't really ask for evidence because it's hard for us to assume someone's lying about cancer since it is such a messed up thing to do. Like, it's hard to imagine any human being pretending to have cancer to get sympathy or money. A lot of us have either experienced cancer or been around family members who have had cancer, and it's a really messed up thing. Not only does it take away someone's life, but it also ruins families. Right? But recently, Destiny has actually been very curious about this polycythemia and actually did a bit of research and then decided to confront Boogie on the LolCow podcast. And oh boy, Boogie is such a bad debater. Now, I don't really give Destiny a lot of props. I don't really like him that much, but I've always said that I think he's a good debater. He knows what he's talking about and he's clearly passionate about what he's talking. Now, Boogie, on the other hand, is a mumbling idiot. So when Destiny brings up a lot of points, Boogie has no defense, and it just completely destroyed him. And it was just like 40 minutes of Boogie just getting his ass handed to him left, right, and center by Destiny just bringing up straight facts about the cancer that he's claiming to have. Now, Destiny starts it off by just straight up saying, I don't think you have cancer. I honestly don't think so, and he brings up a couple good points, like the fact that Boogie is claiming to be getting a bone marrow biopsy, which is very expensive, to confirm this cancer, which, like you guys can imagine, makes no sense if it's already been confirmed 2 years ago by his doctor. Now, Boogie says that it was confirmed because his doctor found cancer in his bloodstream. They found cancer in his blood, which is pretty obvious that he has cancer, but for whatever reason, he's trying to get a bone marrow biopsy now from the same doctor. Now, it'd be a little bit more understanding if he wanted a second opinion from a different medical institute, maybe because he thinks his doctor is wrong. Some doctors do misdiagnose cancer. It does happen, but he's getting it from the same doctor 2 years ago, which, by the way, if we're going based on what Boogie is saying, that means he's been getting treatment for a cancer for the last 2 years that they don't even know if he has it. Which is, obviously probably not normal medical practice. You can't really treat something you don't even think your patient has, or you don't have it confirmed. It makes zero sense at all. Not only that, but also Destiny brings up the fact that Boogie is getting a sleep test done, which only makes sense if he has polycythemia, the second version, right? Because there's two different versions. There's the cancerous version, which is polycythemia vera, and then there's polycythemia, the second version, which is obviously not the cancerous version. So it makes more sense that he's getting a sleep test for polycythemia, the second version, which isn't cancerous, because it's usually caused by sleep apnea, which Boogie might have, which is an increase in blood cells because you're not breathing properly at night, which can cause you to have polycythemia, the second one. So that test only really lines up if he has the second version, not the cancerous one. So it's all kind of starting to come together, and Boogie is, again, just fumbling his way through this entire thing. Destiny also brings up, did your doctor ever said you have cancer? And he's like, well, no, yeah, well, he couldn't answer it, right? But you guys might be wondering, this could all be disproven if Boogie just shows his medical records, right? Like, in the medical industry, everything's on paper, everything's digital, right? Like, there is literally everything you need to know presented in front of you. Right? So when he's confronted about that fact, he's like, no, I'm not showing you guys my medical records. Why? You guys might be asking. Well, because he wants privacy, right? We all know Boogie's a private guy. It's not like he shared his entire life to Mike Klum in a documentary. It's not like he's constantly using this cancer to stave off any hate or try to, justify any wrongdoings he does. But when it comes to people asking for information that he has been willingly providing verbally to everyone, he just shuts down and says, no, there's no way. I would rather delete my channel than give my medical records to you guys, right? Which I think is kind of fair to an extent. Not everyone should see your medical records. Those are private, very private to certain people. But you could redact a lot of the information if he's scared about privacy, like redact, your doctor's name, the hospital, everything that's actually important, maybe some other medical stuff that people don't need to know about. But when presented with that option, he's just like, nah. And then he was presented with another option, show it to a private party. Show it to Keemstar, show it to, Destiny, show it to someone who you think is going to be honest about it. Who's not going to actually show it to the public, and they can confirm whether you have it or not. But he said, no, I'd rather delete my Twitter than give it to you people. I'd rather leave the internet than give it to you people, which just isn't Boogie. That doesn't sound like something Boogie would do. He has the opportunity to prove everyone wrong, and he's not taking it. And also still play the victim, right? But then they offer him money. Destiny offers him a sum of, I think it was like $5,000. Then later on, it actually became $80,000 from multiple other people putting in money. That's $80,000 to go towards his medical treatment, and he still doesn't want to show the documents. This is the same guy who openly scammed his fan base because he's so desperate for money. You know, he's so in debt with medical bills, and now he's presented with an option to get $80,000, which probably would cover most of his medical bills and then some, and he's denying it because he doesn't want to show these medical records. That just doesn't add up. Now, I'm not saying he's faking it, but come on, like, you're turning down $80,000, and all you have to do is show some simple records to a private party. But he doesn't want to do that because he's most likely wrong. Right? And a lot of people have taken this as facts. I'm still a little iffy about it. He could still have cancer, and he's just being a giant crybaby and trying to be stubborn. But I mean, it just really doesn't add up. If you're dying from cancer or you need these like life-saving treatments, why would you not take this opportunity? Right? Like, it doesn't look good for Boogie. Now, towards the end, Keemstar makes the theory that he might have been diagnosed with polycythemia and went home, Googled it real quick and saw it was cancer, and then immediately wanted to play the victim on Twitter and make a YouTube video saying he has cancer, before he even knew exactly what he had, because there is two versions. And obviously when you Google polycythemia, it gives you Vera, which is the cancer version. And then he decided, you know what, I actually got it wrong, but I'm not going to say anything because I'm getting all this attention and all this other stuff. But again, that is just a theory. I don't know if it's true or not. I mean, he could have just been faking this entire thing. He could actually have cancer, but if he doesn't have cancer, this is obviously really bad. Not only because he's gotten sympathy for many people over the years, but he also has gotten a lot of financial gain from it too. I do believe he made a GoFundMe. Not only that, but also this situation too, where he's been making money off the crypto scam. So he could actually be in a lot of trouble here if he's been faking it this entire time. Now, obviously, ignorance is a thing that could happen with Boogie. He's kind of stupid, but I don't know. I feel like it would be pretty obvious if you had cancer or not, and you would know pretty quickly. Right? Now, the last thing I do want to end off with, towards the end, he does say that he is going to probably delete his Twitter. He would rather do that than show the medical records. And lo and behold, his Twitter has been disabled. He's probably going to come back since Boogie is just straight up addicted to the internet. I'm assuming he's going to be back probably after this video is recorded or even beforehand. He's not going to be gone for long. I don't think that's an admission of guilt, since he did make it very explicit that he is going to disable his Twitter, making a statement. There was even one part in the live stream where he said that he's been wanting an exit plan for a very long time, and I guess this is it. I still don't believe him though, and also what a stupid way to go out. Like, your reputation is already tarnished on the internet. You were the Mr. Rogers of YouTube, and now you're being accused of faking a cancer, which is probably one of the most heinous things you can do in the world. And now you're just saying that you're using it as an exit plan, which is kind of stupid. What, are you going to go work at McDonald's now? Even though we all heard your opinions on working a part-time, you think that you're above that, which is hilarious to me. Like, Boogie's such a loser. But yeah, anyways, so his Twitter's probably going to be back up. I don't really see that as an admission of guilt, but it is really sketchy because it does hide a lot of his tweets, which, does not make him look good. But anyways, that's all I really want to talk about. I want to know your guys' opinions in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, leave a like, subscribe. Also, if you like these longer formed videos where I do a little bit more research, look into things a little bit more, let me know, because I like doing them, and I like doing kind of these longer videos. But yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next YouTube video.
Counting sheep, but there's one I always miss. Everyone says I'm getting down too low. Everyone says you just gotta let